Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing my black polish showdown for you guys today, and I did a puppy polish showdown about, it's been a while. It's been about 8 or 10 months since I've done it, and I had a good response, and a lot of you guys liked that video, and I wanted to do one, but I just haven't yet, so I apologize for that. But my nails tore, and I had to cut them short, and I put on black polish, and I wanted them to grow out, and I thought this is the perfect time for me to do a showdown for black polish because it's so great to wear with short nails, and I love to wear black polish this time of year. And if you haven't tried it, go ahead and try wearing black polish. It really is just classy, and it goes with anything. On all my nails, I applied C&D Sticky Base Coat. I've used several base coats. This is my favorite I've been using so far, but sometimes I switch back and forth. But I've been using this one most consistently lately, and I just really like how it applies, and it works really well. So I applied this on all my nails before applying any of the polish on my other nails. Here's a close-up of all the colors that I'm comparing today. I just like to have you guys see them close up so you can see if there's any color variations. But with black, they're pretty much all the same. But I just wanted to show you guys that close-up. And then I'll talk about these more in depth. This is also the order that I applied them from my pinky to my thumb. Okay, so let's talk about the polishes that I chose to do this with, and we'll start with the one that I put on my pinky, and this one is Sally Hansen Extreme Wear in Blackout. Now, I purchased this polish specifically for this video because I really wanted to try it out. I've heard good things about this, and I've liked other polishes in this line as well. It applied great. It was pretty much opaque in one coat. I'll let you guys go ahead and see how this one swatched. And here's the first coat of Blackout. It's pretty opaque, and it's pretty much opaque in one coat. Maybe just if you do it a little thin, you're definitely going to need a second coat, but I always like to do two. So I'll go ahead and do that second coat. This one really has a great formula as well, and it's very shiny. And that's 2 coats of Blackout. Okay, and the next one that I used was OPI Black Onyx. Can't believe I can't remember that name. I use this polish all the time. But anyway, so this is Black Onyx. I tend to wear polishes the same brand as any other polishes I'm using if I'm using black as an accent, if that makes any sense. So I use this one quite a bit because I love OPI polishes. They're so consistent. And so I use this one quite a bit. It's not completely opaque in one coat. It definitely needs 2, but that doesn't bother me. It might bother other people, but I kind of like the look of polish built up, and so I don't mind doing 2. I usually do 2 even if one is one coated. So anyway, let's see how this one applies. And here's the first coat of Black Onyx. You can see that it's not quite opaque. You'll see that as I finish this first coat and then kind of tip my finger up. It's definitely going to need a second coat. And I'm going to apply the second coat, and I think the reason it needs a second coat is because the formula is a little bit more jelly, so that doesn't bother me at all, and the brush is so nice to use. And that's 2 coats of Black Onyx. And then the next one I have is China Glaze Liquid Leather. This is the first black polish that I ever purchased and wore as a full mani, and this is what made me fall in love with black nail polish. So I've always loved this one. It just goes on so shiny and creamy. And let's go ahead and get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of liquid leather. For some reason, the brush on this bothers me just a little bit. It's kind of similar to the Essie brush, but I can get used to it. So that's the first coat. It's pretty much opaque in one coat, but I'm going to go ahead and do 2. And that's 2 coats of liquid leather. And then we have Essie Licorice. This is the one that I use the most. I really just like the formula, even though the brush is kind of annoying to work with. I really definitely like the OPI brush better. This one just has such a great formula, and it's a little bit runny at first, and then it just thickens up a little bit over time, and it just goes on so smooth and nice. And so I probably use this one the most out of any of these, and I think you could say that about any of these black polishes, that they get a little better over time. Let's see how this one was swatched. And here's the first coat of licorice. I've had this bottle, it's about halfway through with this bottle, so the formula is just actually perfect right now. So that's the first coat. I'm going to do a second coat just for good measure. I don't really need it. And I got a little too much on my brush, so it flooded my cuticle. Sorry about that. But that's 2 coats of Essie Licorice. I just love this one. And I apologize, some of the swatches are a little messy, a little bit shaky, and my nails are short, and so I never get super awesome results when my nails are a little bit shorter, so it's okay. You just clean it up and it's not a big deal. But anyway, the next one we have is Wet n Wild Black Creme. And I really like this Wet n Wild line, and I haven't tried the black, and so I picked this one up as well to try out. I wanted to be able to compare some polishes that are about $8 to $10 and some that are only a couple dollars to see which ones hold up the best. And here's the first coat of Black Cream. I wasn't super impressed with this formula. The coverage isn't that great, but it does cover up better on the second coat. But it does kind of have a brown cast to it. I don't know if you can see that. But on the second coat, it's completely covered up. That's 2 coats of Wet n Wild Black Cream. Top coat that I use is HK Girl by Glisten & Glow, and it's such a great top coat. I've used other ones and they're great, but this one's just fantastic. It dries fast, it's shiny, and it lasts a long time. So if you don't have this one, I've checked this out. You can get it online, and I'll have a link to all these products down below. So I applied this on top of all the polishes after I think I did 2 coats of all of them. Yeah, I did. So I applied this on top after doing 2 coats. Okay, so Just Face 90 did a video similar to this, and she didn't use a base and a top coat on hers, which I thought was really great when I watched it, because I thought, oh, you know, it's kind of nice to see how long it lasts without the base and the top coat. But I do like to do it with the base and top coat just to see how it lasts with that, only because I always use a base and a top coat. But in the future, if I do this again, let me know in the comments down below if you think I should use a base coat or not and a top coat or not, and just see how the polishes wear by themselves. So the results of Just Face 90's video, which you should watch, I'll put a link down to her video below. OPI was the clear winner. Now that's the most expensive polish, and I thought that video was so helpful to see that. So I wanted to see how mine were compared to hers after I used the base and the top coat. So I wore the polish for a total of 6 days. By day 3, I had some tip wear on all of them, not a lot. And then I had some wear on my pointer finger and my thumb. And let me explain what that's from. I just started Invisalign about a week and a half ago, and I have to take the trays out. I don't have my trays in right now. Don't tell my husband, he's my dentist. So I have to take my trays out with my fingernails sometimes, and it really bugs me because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to see how these black polishes last. So I'd have to take out the tray with this thumb right here and then this finger up here, and so I did have some wear on that, and I'll show you guys that here on the video. And that did get worse as I got to day 6. On day 6, I really didn't have a lot of chipping. I had tip wear on all of them, but they all held up really well. Now with the China Glaze one, I did have a little chipping on the side on my middle finger, and I'll put in some pictures here so you guys can see the comparisons to those. On my right hand, my dominant hand, I definitely had more chipping on that, and of course I'm going to get more wear out of that. I have chipping on the China Glaze and just wear on all the other ones. So what does that mean? Now, since Just Face 90 did the video where she talks about how the polishes last without a base and top coat, and OPI was the clear winner, mine just basically had tip wear, and so I thought, well, I think this video shows you that if you have a base coat and a top coat, you can basically buy a $2 nail polish, or you could buy a $10 nail polish, and the base and the top coat are going to make it last a long time. So I think it's important to invest in a base coat and a top coat. So that's kind of what I discovered in this video. So there wasn't really a clear winner. I think China Glaze, yeah, was probably the one that chipped the most, even with the base and the top coat. I still like the formula on this the best. I'll probably continue to use this one, but I think I'll use this one too when I just do a black manicure too. So these would probably be the 2 top that I would pick. It really just proved to me that you need a base and a top coat because it's going to make your manicure last. I do think if I do another Showdown, I will definitely try to do it without a base and top coat. I don't know, I can't decide, you guys. I want to know how long they last by themselves, and I also want to know how long they last with the base and the top coat, so I just can't decide what to do. So we'll have to kind of wait on that and see, and just make sure you invest in a good base and top coat. So those are kind of the results of this video, and I hope you guys liked this review. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and let me know below if you want me to do more comparisons of other colors and which ones, and I'll try to get that done after I'm done with my winter's favorite, and that video should be coming up by the end of this week. And if you're new to my channel, I pick 10 favorite polishes for each season, and I do a nail design with a tutorial for each one. So look forward to that in the future, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good week.